Hello guys, so this is your Tuesday video on Beyond the Borderline, and this week's question that we are answering is how and why does your BPD affect your relationships, and to what extent? Yeah, this is actually something that I've been trying to think about for most of the week on how I'm going to answer this, because my BPD hasn't really affected my relationships. There's the chaotic interpersonal relationships trait, which includes ideation and devaluation, loving one person 1 minute and then hating them the next. And that's not a trait that I have. If I do, then it's not particularly high up there. It's not really a problem that I have. So that sort of area of BPD affecting my relationships doesn't happen. The only way that my BPD has affected my relationships is when other people find it difficult to handle when I was unwell, and when I was self-harming, they found it difficult to know what to do and how to help, and I think people felt really helpless, and it upset them and made them angry because I couldn't stop. I was doing horrific damage to myself, and all they could do was watch. Well, not watch literally, but see how my behaviour was affecting me and my life and my body and stuff. And that was hard for people, which caused tension and made me angry and made them angry, and it was just quite hard. So that definitely was a problem. I don't know what my hair's doing right now. It's a bit better. So sorry, I feel really self-conscious of my hair. It's really windy outside. Sorry. So that's the only sort of way it's affected my relationships. When I was really unwell with my BPD, a couple of years ago or whenever, and also through teenage life when I suppose my BPD was emerging, I isolated myself. I didn't have any friends or relationships with anybody, teachers, therapists. I pushed everybody away. I wanted to be alone. So I'm not really sure if my, traits affected my relationships then, and now, now I actually do have relationships with people. I've had to because of work and stuff. I'm doing DBT now, so I've learned the interpersonal effectiveness skills, so my relationships are a lot stronger and better, and not really affected by my BPD. So it's hard to know really. I suppose the one thing that does affect my relationships with people, and I don't see it as a problem, but if I dislike somebody, if I hate somebody, I will hate them forever. There's no way that I would ever change my mind about them. And if I did have a relationship with somebody and then they did something that upset me, quite badly, or made me very angry or hurt me, then I would hate them forever, and that's not going to change ever. I do sort of get the liking and disliking to the extremes, but I don't have the sort of changing. I don't like a person 1 minute and then dislike them and then like them again the next day or whatever. I don't have that problem. It's either I like them or dislike them, which I suppose does affect my life, but it doesn't particularly affect my relationships, because there will be no relationship with them if I dislike them. So there is that. I'm sorry I haven't been able to answer this question too well. because it's not really a problem that I've had with my BPD affecting relationships to any extent at all, really. If it has, then it hasn't really been to a large effect. So sorry, I couldn't really answer this question too well. I'm just gonna throw a bit of advice in there, but I would say that if you have a relationship, whether it's a friendship or as a partner, with somebody who has BPD, I would say definitely talk to them about anything that concerns you about them, or anything that they do that upsets you. You need to be careful about how you word it. Don't criticize them or their behaviour. But it is good to talk to them about anything that affects you, because you may not have a mental illness, but you still have mental health, and your mental health will be affected if you're in a kind of destructive relationship, if they're controlling or destructive towards you, like violent or anything, abusive, then you do need to you need to think about yourself as well. Obviously you care about that person, but you do have to think about yourself. And then if you do have BPD, I would say talk to the person that your relationship is with, and talk about things that they do that might upset you and aggravate your symptoms or your behaviour. Because other people, when they're dealing with somebody that has BPD, feel very helpless, because you've got mental illness and they can't do anything to make it better, or they can't see what's happening in your head, they can't see what you're thinking. So talk to them, make them feel less helpless. If there's anything that they can do that would help, tell them. If there's anything that they do that upsets you or makes you angry, then tell them. Don't let it build up and build up until one day you can't take it anymore, and then you lash out at them and ruin the relationship. If you can, talk to them about it before it gets to a point where you can't handle it anymore, so that you can talk about it and sort of try and save the relationship. Relationships are really important to people with BPD, and a lot of people with BPD have a massive fear of abandonment. But sometimes people with BPD don't really behave in a way that you would see as them wanting to stay in a relationship with you. It's good to try and understand people with BPD as much as you can. We're complicated. So yeah, I hope, I'm sorry I couldn't really answer this question, but I hope that little bit of advice I gave at the end will help somebody out there. It's the best I could do for this video. So I hope everybody's okay, and I will see you all next Tuesday. Bye!